Played the cut, surely not, surely not, surely!
That's another three-time UK champion. He returned to winning ways at the English Open in September. That was the 24th ranking title of his illustrious career so far. Brilliant to see him back to his best. The Thunder from down under, Neil Robertson, the most prolific winner of the last 2 years. He's already won titles in Saudi and Shanghai this season. UK champion when we returned here in 11 from Telford. The most decorated left-handed player in history. The ace in the pack, Judd.
I was in from the moment the draw came out. And it's great. It's intriguing, this one, Stephen.
Well, it is for a few reasons, actually. They recently played in the Champion of Champions, where Neil won to the way they can. We're in for a classic. Yeah, Neil.
Just giving this a lot of thought. Could take the pot on here. Well, decided to take it on with an element of a shot for nothing.
Depending on the first couple of frames, if they're won in sort of one visits and, you know, nice flowing frames, one player starts playing well, it tends to inspire the other, especially when you've got two top players playing.
7.
But that wasn't on.
15.
So the black more or less out of commission.
Nice. You know, it's the first frame, you're not settled, but the number one ranked player in the world should be ready to come out and play a match. Both of them will be trying to stamp their authority on this match as quick as possible.
Seven.
One of the, well, it's one of the snooker players' worst hates, actually.
Getting a good white here is Judd, because you can open these reds up. Needs to find that baulk cushion. Oh, and just got past the green.
Foul. Miss.
Well, it called for a ultra thin, taking it on.
One.
Red by the black, but that's a risk. And I think early on in this, often say, Stephen, those first 3 or 4, 5 shots, get that Q arm going and. But is it the right shot?
It's now forced with this pressure yellow.
Well, he cued that beautifully.
Straight line. Concerned it's maybe not thin enough, but well, it was easy. It was very comfortable.
$29.
Try and bring the black into play. So there's quite a bit of work to do now.
But you walk around the table to see where, sort of line it up. And I think that sort of thing was the thing that was getting to Judd.
But you can't see the pocket. Whoa, but he's right in the heart of it.
43.
Doesn't look as though he's on a colour. Well, he's playing it with pace. He's trying to hit the brown into the green and try and knock them safe.
Here, Robertson.
Not a bad rub off the pink. Oh, another cracking pot.
Yeah, that was the obvious shot. A good start.
First frame.
And that's it, the first frame. Judd was in first, missed that easy blue to the middle. He never had a chance after. 1-0, Neil Robertson. Well, you join us as Judd has made a right mess of that.
Wasn't supposed to. So maybe this rattled him a little bit. Oh.
Thank you. Foul. And a miss.
Them obviously with that loose red just below the cluster.
Foul. And a miss.
Oh, wow. Well, try number 3. It doesn't look that difficult. But if he catches the pink this time, he'll be leaving something. Yeah.
It's a very negative shot. Well, he lined up the clamp.
The black. The only problem with this, you've got to be careful you don't run into a bought colour. Well, he's played back to this top cushion. It's a bit risky, but Judd may take it on. And get it. And knowing it beyond the black if it...
And although this is only the second frame, this is quite an important visit. But yeah, this is an important visit. He wants to win. The best way to cure that is by keeping him in his chair.
$15.
Bit of thought, due care and attention.
$23.
Used to them in the past playing in finals. It's incredible, really. Obviously due to Neil dropping down the rankings.
Whenever anyone has great cue action. But as you
Quite a big break out of the season. Last season or the season before, took a
35.
time off, and
a while ago, and they can be made into a plan. Oh, well.
Judd 35.
So touching ball just far away. And decided just to get that cue ball. Thinks he can. He's going to catch it thin though to get that cue ball back to Bulk. Oh, the flick off the blues, very nice, thank you.
Yeah, that's what he's playing. I just think the greatest player I've ever seen adapting to conditions is Ronnie. You just you never see him complain about anything. He just gets on with it and finds a way.
Well, he's potted it, but he won't be happy where the cue ball's going to. Move that cue ball away from the cushion.
Four.
Or a natural angle you would play off 3 cushions to go into them. Let's see if the blue's in his way.
They're one.
Yeah. Well, it's a lot more difficult now. Once again, he hit it and it was up straight away.
One.
Whether one of them goes or you're playing a cannon. Obviously, the top one pots to the right corner.
Would have work to do with the cue ball here. For Judd here to gain the upper hand in this vital safety exchange.
Foul. And he missed.
Table. Well, he's misjudged it again.
Foul. And he missed.
Now, is he going to leave a free ball this time? Penalties he's giving away here. Oh, he got it that time. And that was always a danger. I don't blame Judd having it replaced, but that was always a danger if he did get it right. Well, this isn't hard enough, surely. Well, it was hard enough.
Foul.
Not the right line.
Foul. And miss.
On. It's a very, very tricky shot, this. This is, it looks a better pace. He's got the side.
Well, speculative. Well, I was going to say speculative pot, but in the end, he's decided to.
Judd Trump. 1.
Frustrated with the path that the cue ball took to end up where it did on that cushion. That's what we were saying earlier about having the patience to adapt to the conditions.
Gotta be careful of the push. Referee will be having a very close look at this. Yeah, played it well. Well played. Just about the green. Always has been since it got down to the colours.
Judd Trump. 2.
Off the shot. Well, he tried to. And he's made a pretty good fist of it. And what a bonus it'll be if the... Not now the green's gone in.
I don't know, I always seem to have the pace to get to the pocket, the green. Lost his patience a little bit there. I think Neil's playing a very clever game, I think, containing safety shots. Judd was trying to do something more proactive.
4.
This for the frame.
You have to say, pretty much dominated by Neil Robertson, and Judd's easy misses. That's been the sort of the theme.
Robertson. 9. And the frame.
Judd's going to stay in his seat.
There's a red on, but no black available. Terrific pots, needs to stop short to the baulk line to be on a colour.
1. Six.
Back to that cluster off the blue.
Got more cue power than anyone, but yeah, that was a poor shot really off that red. He's going for the former. This is a really poor start to this match from the world number 1. It really is. What he has done well in this match.
He's got to cover that red near the right corner.
Wow.
I think I'd rather be playing the pink. Got to avoid green, brown and blue as well here.
Foul.
Wow, he's actually been called a foul.
Judd Trump. 4.
Okay. Yeah, it was interesting, that one.
As red goes. So a chance for Judd. I'm sure he was playing for the pink.
He's not playing for it.
6.
Well, he's got a better view than us, obviously, so I can only assume.
Well, maybe it's a classic, Stephen, of looking at the scoreboard and thinking, well, if I just pick these reds off.
A little bit fortunate to be on this red because he lost the cue ball. He actually thought he was on nothing. Well, he doesn't think the black goes.
10.
And whether he can get through to the red that's to the right of the black, to the potting point.
Straight enough on this red. Well, how many that type of shot has he missed today?
I suppose if you're struggling, you'll have to be a little bit out with his technique to really struggle, but well, that's...
One.
Nice clean pot. Yeah,
Judd
it
from
wasn't a
3.
gimme, but I didn't expect him to miss it. Can he see enough of it to pot it? Sticking out to pot it. Obviously not. He's trying to nestle on these reds near the top cushion. Oh, he doesn't want to run past it. But it does pot. Where's the cue ball going? Oh, nearly in the middle pocket, but a nice kiss on the brown. Well, he's played for a loose one.
You need more reds. It was quite a big target for the cannon. He's played a good pot there.
7. Foul.
Fancy him to knock that in. He's been knocking those type of... There you go, you see, Judd. And he'll put it down to the fact that Neil was very lucky there.
He was outstretched and everything to play that shot, but he just decided to go ahead and play it.
1.
A player you feel slowing you down, and when you get to the table, you just play a bit quicker, don't you?
To plan, he wins the frame there and then. Well, this
Robertson
match is
7.
now...
One.
Neil Robertson won't concede, but
Judd from
he's now at the
7.
snooker's required stage. Good pots right in the heart of the pocket. No way back now for Neil Robertson.
Well, the match only 3 frames old, but you'd hope it would get better.
This is Judd Trump, but he'll be happy he's got a frame on the board. Neil Robertson still leads though, 2-1.
But you know, I will go back to it. And I'm not trying to make excuses for the players, but the table does look vile to play on. I will say that.
The match he was on, it wasn't a good standard. And I surmise that the table's playing a bit sluggish and what have you. Oh, the dreaded bump takes the cue ball back. Oh. Barrel straight. If he finds the middle of the white, he can pot anything. But it's got to be said that was a poor.
Eight.
In the fourth frame, it's the best of 11. There's plenty of time for this match to heat up.
You know, you could pot the black, play a little cannon into the cluster and still be on that red.
16.
Yeah, and sometimes we think about going off the blue into the red, but that pink strike, so important, he gets a good angle now off this black. Oh, he's touched it. Sometimes you've got to make a move early on in the visit. Don't leave it till the last minute.
Robertson, 31. One.
As you could hope to have. So, imagine he's already with a 41-point lead. You think this frame...
17.
He did it too hard. He feels it was a cushion just bouncing off, but it wasn't a
25.
problem. He had that shot at a time.
Yeah, as I say, the way the Reds...
31. $38.
Anyway, Judd's getting back to the table here.
$46.
The better player in the first four frames.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. As I said, he's you'd have to say he's dominated the early part of this match. And if it continues in this vein, you can only see one winner.
Thank you.
Judd Trump down at 78%. They get on this last red.
Well, after the real tough nature of these first four frames.
82. 85. 89.
Have to come around the angles. Needs the pink for the ton. It's
94.
running. It's running. It's to the inch. That shot on the pink to get on the last red was, well, the icing on the cake. So a wonderful break from Neil Robertson. Judd Trump, a lot to think about as we go to the mid-session interval. It's the Thunder from Down Under, who leads by 3 frames to 1.
Break.
11, first to 6. Neil Robertson halfway there.
We'd have played the other side of the red. It was a pretty half-hearted attempt.
So blocking that possibility off with that safety.
Eight. One to 4. $31.
This red now is missable. And miss it, he did. It's tight though, isn't it? Well, he could just get through to it. And he's controlled the cue ball nicely, so this...
Yeah, that red was this match.
9.
Had to really get the bite into the cue ball early.
$17.
Yeah, I'm with you, John. I thought that was definitely would be the plan, and it doesn't work out.
25.
Well, that's what he's trying. He's got the cannon. How's your luck?
31.
Because this is much more like the Judd Trump we've seen this season. Possibly move it here. Yep.
39.
No. No.
A slight bit of side on it, which makes the pot more difficult. He decides to go for that one.
Yeah, you would say that possibly that red to the right of the green was awkward, but not really to a left-hander. Shouldn't really prove any problem, but, well, what the problem is...
Send the cue ball to the side cushion, cover the red on the baulk line with the green.
The cue will be going towards the other red. Does he put all his eggs in one basket, try and move it with this pot? He is. Yeah, brilliant.
He was in first. Poor positional shot let him down. He's not played many good shots since.
Eighteen.
Can't remember seeing Judd Trump show
3.
so much emotion on the green. Of course he can pot the brown.
But his big problem will be getting from pink to black if he's going to win it. As Stephen said, he's played that poor positional shot.
Seven.
And get down for the black. No, he's not done that.
12.
It's pink and black. Judd Trump just needs the pink. I was surprised if he went for it. No, he refused it. Safety on the pink. Well, decided to just push it up.
Has to get the upper hand. And play a real telling safety shot. May have.
He's got to be wary of the right middle pocket. Was a long way away with it, but the pink's run safe, it appears.
Foul. You miss.
Does it? Got to get it safe. Good hit. And got it safe.
This frame's not over.
That was a risky way to play it. And this pink is going to be adjacent to the corner pocket. Another frame where both players had good chances, but Judd Trump will be very relieved. I think he needed that frame badly. Still trails 3-2.
Judd Trump to break.
Gotta go round the back of the black. Caught the red much too thin.
And then you just gift an opportunity.
You can just get through to the blue. You see, now that gives me a sort of half a clue as the way that
Suddenly you hit it hard and obviously the cue ball goes further. Becomes very difficult. And that's a lovely shot. But again,
7.
well, he thought that was a shot for nothing. Pink.
1. Seven. 15.
Very good.
23.
Very good to play with enough pace to get past being straight in the blue. Into the open, in potting it.
29.
Just wants to be high on the red. Yeah, brilliant.
35.
Brown there. We have to use 2 or 3 cushions here. Ah, he's judged that beautifully. You just feel he's
43.
just slowly.
So that's the frame.
67.
He's done well. He's looking a lot better than he did in the first half.
Because Neil's played a few bad shots since interval, a few unforced errors. Red's trump since the mid-session interval. He's levelled the match at 3-all.
7. Near Robertson to break.
Which he hasn't really.
Probably just lay up for the snooker.
And it's available to left corner.
Particularly now, he's knocked a red over the corner. Has he got cover? No. Poor shot. Okay, if Judd can't get through to it direct.
Well, that's brilliant. He deserves everything he gets.
Spotted.
Yeah, if he gets an angle in the blue here, he can play a cannon into that red. Above
8.
the pink. Doesn't have to play it with a lot of pace, quite as easy.
Forty.
Leave it to the same pocket here. Judd Trump is getting in from Neil Robertson's bad shots, not from anything.
$39.
So 3, possibly 4 of these remaining reds.
$53.
He looked completely disillusioned with everything in the first 4 frames of this match. Completely turned this match on its head since the interval.
This black, just to leave it a couple of snookers required. In it goes. And that's a plant. This entry from Judd.
$76.
He's got all the cue power in the world, we know that.
85.
Terrific shot. Played the cut, surely not, surely not, surely!
Did someone say these were tight pockets?
And there's your 100. Wonderful.
104. 108.
Just thinking, Stephen, how many? And he's like looking at a completely different player. He's got his cue arm going, he's full of confidence, and when he is, boy,
113.
can he entertain. Look at this for a positional shot.
$119.
Genius.
Yes, all of a sudden this match has been turned on his head. Judd Trump has turned up, and he now leads by 4 frames to 3.
Judd Trump to break.
The top cushion, hit this red fullish, send it up the table, and he thinks he'll cover the other reds. Oh, play it like that. Where's the cue ball going? No, settle for that. Cover. There's a gap to this red to the right corner.
Well, that was one part of his game that's been very impressive.
To this red. Not going to be easy to get on a colour. You just got to play it pacey and hope you can land on one. Well, he's tried to. Well, he could hit it thin enough. He needs to slow up though.
No, Willie Red. He's going low.
good cueing. Simple enough, but needs to be cued well.
One.
A very unnatural angle.
Seven.
Position on the blue. And he couldn't generate on it.
It would have been easy to take your eye off the pot. It was well played, and this is, as you see the cue ball jumping a bit. No, just dropped on the red. The one to the extreme left of the five obviously pots.
29.
Wow. And a colour needed.
This has been a brilliant visit to this. I think it was a fluke, but it's been a fabulous break.
Fluke is required.
Judd. One.
3 reds, 3 blacks. Leave the red that's below the black there. That'll obviously be his plan.
Nine.
So the easiest way of doing that is having the cue ball close to the red.
17.
Yeah.
Actual one cushion escape is going to be difficult to hit. Played it well. Oh, and that's clever. Flipped the brown away.
Completely unnatural angle. Yeah, that was very tough.
Foul. Here, Robertson, 4.
The side, this frame would have been over now. Just got it full, stuck on it. And that's why Neil was given a chance. This red needs to slow down. This red is not going to slow down. He's left it. Session interval. Judd Trump has turned it round completely. And now leads 5-3, just one away from victory. Yeah, and I wouldn't disagree with Ken, but And I mentioned the game plan. I mean, I'm not a great believer in the game plan sometimes because depending on circumstances, it has to change. But just waiting for that chance to clinch the match. And it is very obvious that Neil's mid-range long potting has gone right off. Would have been the black. That was a brave pot to take on. He's got
Either hit this slow or really get into the cue ball to keep it down this end of the table for a red.
Judd trump 8.
No, he doesn't. Win the match at this point. No, he's okay. No problem coming off the cushion.
12.
So I say, once he gets his black back. Even more impressive.
20.
But that's gone wrong.
Judd trump 20.
This is adventurous. Hold on to your hats. He's going for it. Got the pot.
This is a horrible little shot. No. Just made it that much more difficult.
1.
Rather have the cue ball down the other end of the table.
Pink with topspin and play it pretty firm and get a sort of banana effect, but he's decided just to drop it in, and playing it that way. No.
Okay, put that last long red. The previous says it was a great shot.
No, just not finding the pocket. It's there. And if he misses the brown, he'll be on the black.
1.
He's on the black. So this is it. Frame match winning chance.
He's played this one well. Judd Trump, to say how badly he was playing pre-interval to what he's done post-interval has been, well, that's one of his performances of the season, I would suggest.
22.
showing his great match play qualities and proving why he's a great champion. Where's that red ball going? Oh, well.
Judd Trump, 23.
Well, it shouldn't matter.
Neil Robertson, 7.
Shouldn't matter. 4-point snooker's required. Good pot from there. He could have done with that earlier on in this frame.
I know the tournaments he's won, but to mentally to turn it round and play the way it has wasn't the final frame of the match. Neil would have conceded, but it is the frame to win the match. That's why he's playing on.
Knocked this red in, handshake. Oh, he couldn't get past it, so he's had to swerve round it. What? Yeah, he's having to swerve to hit it. Easy swerve. No. Neil Robertson at the mid-session interval looked a big favourite, but Judd Trump, fair play to him, turned it around, showed a lot of discipline and showed why he's still the world #1. Judd Trump wins by 6 frames to 3.